Hey guys, morning from sunny Perth. This morning, the old EF Fairmont's going to get a bit of love. Been putting it off for a while, but it's time for going to service the transmission, new thermostat, new coolant expansion tank, and probably even the serpentine belt, I think. But yeah, 94 EF Fairmont. Pretty rigid edge. It's actually nicknamed Grandma because I bought it off a 93-year-old grandma, funnily enough. Yeah, keeping this one pretty original. Not going to change anything on it really, actually. But yeah, it's almost like the day it drove out of the factory. It's got 138,000, I believe, something like that, kilometres on the clock. So, yeah, look, I did have big plans for it, but I changed my mind, and it's staying original. These things are only original once, so it's going to do a bit of work, keeping it as original as I can. But yeah, let's get into it. Right, here's all our parts we're putting on today. We've got the expansion tank, part number, Daco unit, and it's got provision for the low coolant sensor too, which is good. New thermostat with the rudder. I don't know if you want to see the part number for that one. Part number for that one. Got the belt, transmission kit. Where are you? There's your part number. And the good old TQ95. Here we are underneath the car. It's actually amazing how clean this thing is under here. You know, for a car that's only 30 years old. It's pretty good. Anyway, actually curious to see what this looks like. Like, I'm hoping after 138,000 Ks it's not burnt and not too discoloured, but you got your 16mm plug up here, which is your fill point, which I always like to crack first, because if you can't get that undone, you're in a world of trouble anyway to fill it up. Oh, that is tight. Need a bit of hammering action on that. It doesn't smell too bad. It's got a bit of a brown tinge to it, but I've definitely seen worse. Yeah, obviously that's the fill point, so the transmission's been sitting for a while, so that's probably why it's a touch over the fill point, because you need to run through the gears and get the fluid pumped around to check it properly. Be able to let that drain for a bit and then drop this sump. Now we've got the pan off, you can see the filter, which we'll be changing. It's just held on by this spring clip pretty much, so you just literally pull it off the sides. Oh, from memory, pull it off the sides. Might need me pliers. There we go. There it is. Just make note the rubber has come off that filter, so I don't know if you can see it's stuck up there still, that greeny looking thing. It's just something to watch out for before you put the new one in. Make sure you remove that, which we'll do. Here we are with the pan off. It's actually very, very nice in there as far as autos go. Got your magnet there, which would collect all this shavings and stuff, but there's a very clean gearbox. Pretty happy with that. Not too bad at all. So I was just saying about the rubber has come off that other filter screen, so this is a new one we're about to put in. I'm gonna put that up, get it on, clean the pan out, get that looking good, and yeah, I'll see. Put it back up. Pan's all clean. Just don't forget to put your magnet back in. Right there. Got a new gasket in there. Don't forget this little O-ring that goes on your filler plug, so everything will be nice and new. Let's put it on. There's our new screen filter in place. Let's get that sump on. Got my handy little oil pump. Really awesome for stuff like this. So I think a standard, just a normal, drop the pan oil change like we're doing, is around about the 4 litre mark refill. So what you want to do is fill it up until it just starts dribbling out. Put your filler plug in. Just don't go crazy. Just wind it in a bit to stop the leak. Start it up. Go through the gears. Take your filler plug out, and you probably need to top up a little bit more. But yeah, you want that level just so it's dribbling out. Make sure your car's level, obviously. If it's not on the ground, Yeah, let's keep going. Alright, she just started to dribble out, so put the filler plug back in, go through the gears, and then we'll check it again. Alright, Just fire it up. You want to go through the gears. There it goes, pumping the fluid through it. Check that oil. So we've just had it running, gone through the gears, and it's not dribbling out, so we're gonna put the hose back in and put a bit more in. Topped it up after I had it running, went through the gears until it started dribbling out the hole again. Fill a plug in, bit of a wipe down, job done. Alright, well I've got the car up in the air, get onto this fuel filter, change that out. There we go, that was a nice easy job. What you want to do, turn your ignition on and that'll fire up your fuel pump. Come under and check for leaks. Righty, I've dropped the car back down on the ground, so let's get onto this stuff. We've got the thermostat to change, the header tank, and I was going to do the belt, but the way the motor's stopped, I can see that. And the belt doesn't look that old actually. It's definitely been changed because it's a Daco one, so I might keep that belt on there. Just put my new belt in the boot for a spare just in case, but yeah, I reckon that one will be right. So let's get on to it. I'm gonna take the air intake off and take the fans out. Make it easy to get to the bottom hose to drop that. That's pretty simple. You got your two Phillips there and that pops off. Plugs here for the fans. 10mm bolt there, 10mm bolt there, and the whole thing will come out. So let's get on to that. So here's the old thermostat. I don't know if you can see. It's not really shut properly. Yeah, this car would take ages to get up to operating temperature. I'm guessing that's probably a problem, probably just old. But they do have temperature markings on them. Let's see, what do we got? 91. So there's 91 there. If you can see that. So that means it should open at 91 degrees. What does our new one say? I think they're about 93 or something, to be honest with you. And, oh, where are you? Oh, right down the middle. Oh, that's 91 degrees too. Oh, you won't be able to see, it's right in the middle. So it's 91 degrees down there. 195 Fahrenheit, or 91 degrees Celsius. So let's put this one in, and hopefully fixes our not heating up quick enough problems. Get rid of this old gasket. Don't know why the previous owner would have put a gasket on, because that's why they've got the rubbers. You don't need the gasket, but oh well. Just put this new rubber on. I've cleaned up the housing on the engine as well, so that's all good to go. So that's going to go in the engine, obviously, that way. It's my ever so slight smearing of silicone. Right, thermostat's in, housing's on. I'll just put these hoses back on, these two back on quickly, and then I'll start doing that expansion tank. As you can see, I like using tools that are way too big for what I need, but that was the closest one I had. Alright, so there's nothing actually wrong with this one, apart from it being a bit dirty, so the only reason I'm doing it is because I think that looks a whole lot nicer. Surely. But we'll have to change the low coolant sensor into this one. To get something like that out, what you do, put a couple of small screwdrivers in like that, and you can use that to then spin. So it's not very glamorous, but gets the job done. Apart from when you do that, now I'll do that to that one, put it in there. It fits, that's a good sign. Hey. Well, that was super quick and easy. I did replace the clamp down there. I don't know if you've seen that. The old spring clamp, I've put a normal worm drive clamp underneath that. Let's put that bottom hose back on and chuck the fans in, and we'll be ready to fill her up. Well, here's today's flavour. Good for 1,000,000 Ks, eh? Apparently. I don't know about that, but let's go with it. Alright, we filled her up. We're at our levels. Just give the old hose a bit of a squeeze, get the air out. You want to fire it up, turn the heater on. That way we'll get all the air out of the heater core too, which I'm going to do right now, and then recheck your levels. Let it run, let the thermostat open, make sure the fans work, all of the above. Let's do it. Alrighty, we're at operating temperature. Thermostat cycled a few times, the heater's nice and warm. Yeah, everything's looking good, no leaks. Coolant level's good. And yes, I did put the air intake back on. Forgot about that in the last bit, but yeah, happy. Gonna go for a decent drive now. Come back, obviously check again for leaks and the coolant level. And I might even give the engine bay a bit of a wash. I do love a good clean engine bay. But thanks for watching, everyone. See you on the next one.